Hi everyone, this is Deola of Ola Beauty. Welcome back to my channel. Like, I'm so excited about this particular look, like from the model skin to her face shape to the makeup, as in just everything about this look is screaming gorgeousness, flawlessness, top notch, luxury, expensive. Yeah. So let's get into the details. The first thing is I fixed the contact lens, just taking the lenses away from their usual black color to a cooler color, and cleaning the face using micellar water. You all know that cleaning the face is the first thing you have to do before starting your makeup proper, to get rid of dirt and having a good canvas to start your makeup with. Then I went further to hydrate the face using the setting spray from Mario Badescu. Moved on to this niacinamide serum from Blossom to further hydrate and moisturize our face, and the snail serum from Kosek. Moved on to same Kosek snail moisturizer. She has a dry skin, dry to combination skin. Using this classic mattifying primer for T-zone areas only. I'm using this AOA primer for the other part of her face. It's an hydrating primer, and it's one of my go-to primers for dry skin. And since she has a combination skin with, you should restrict the mattifying primer to her T-zone areas only, and use a mattifying primer for the other parts of her face, so the makeup will not be looking all cakey. And I went further to use both foundations from V Beauty and Maybelline. I think I mixed like 50-50 of both foundations to be able to get a skin shade and tone. And here I am going in with the second layer to have a more coverage look. I use foundation that allows me to build and blend easily. I don't like using foundations that dry too fast. And because she's fair skin and I don't want to dim the color of her skin, so I'm just going in with that LA Girl orange corrector for as blush and contour. Because one thing about fair skin is if you overuse dark colors on them, like in terms of contouring, it tends to like dim their color and they'll be looking darker than usual. As I explained in my class, I was telling them that that's why you sometimes when you do makeup for a fair skin, they will accuse you of using a darker shade of foundation on them. It's not as if you actually use a darker shade of foundation. It was because you use the shade of the contour you use is kind of dark, like maybe you probably use like 2 to 3 shades darker than their skin color, so that tends to like dim their skin color, and at the end of the overall makeup they'll be looking a little bit darker than their usual self. Hence they will accuse you of not using their correct shade of foundation or powder on them. But you as a person, you actually use the correct shade, but probably because of the contour and it just tends to like dim their skin color, and they'll just be looking kind of dark than their usual self. Yeah, I'm blending in the concealer on the highlighted areas. I think I used the Nuban Beauty concealer in 041. Yeah, every of the product details will be listed in the description box, so you don't have to worry. You can just go to the description box to check out the details of every product that is being used. And Here I'm just going in with the Younger Beauty concealer in 01. This is actually one of my best, if not my best setting powder. I love it because it is waterproof, as in that it has even given me proof of that on several occasions, and it is colorless. It can be used on every skin type. Although I try not to use it on really dark to chocolate skin, like I just kind of limited to caramel, not because it doesn't work fine on them, but just to give them that I don't know, I just like to restrict it to caramel skin, but then you can use it on that skin. Like it actually goes with all skin type. And most of the time I love to use it because even when your client is kind of teary, by the time you wait for it to dry, when your client is teary, you have to wait for it to dry up before you go in for any touch up. But with using RCMA, even at the time while you are waiting, most of the time you even forget that this person actually teared up, because it's kind of like hold the tears, like it will hold the water, and you will not even see the trace at the end of your makeup, like because several times, most of the time I will like kind of like, okay, let me wait for the tears to dry up, and at the end of the day, maybe it's even when the clients have gone, I will now remember that, wow, this person was serious at some point. Now it just kind of like dry everything up, and it will leave you no trace. At the end of the day, you might not even, like 90% of the time I've actually used it, I end up not even doing a touch up on the under eye, because it's after it dries up, it just kind of like clear up the trace. There's no trace. And when you don't even see traces, either you don't remember, or even when you remember, due to the fact that there's nothing to correct over there, you actually just leave it. So that is like my main reason for loving it. I've been using it for years, and I'll keep using it till I still get the same results. So we've actually done powder on all the other parts of this face um after setting the highlighted areas, and now we are going to nose contour. No, nose contour is actually one of my favorite parts of makeup, because I just like the way I kind of like just structure the nose, and I think I'm kind of getting it more and more. Like the more I work, the more I get it more correctly, and just making the nose, because I've worked with some big nose, and by the time of the nose contour, it will just be like their nose is gone, that kind of feeling. So it's actually one of my favorite parts anyway. Moving on to contour our cheeks, not going below 2 shades from our actual skin shade, and moving on to use the setting spray from MS Matic. Can you see the way the setting spray just toned down the cakiness of the makeup, the powdery effect, and making it look calm as skin? Now we are onto the brows, and if you are still tuned in to this tutorial, I hope you've subscribed to this channel. If you are new, I welcome you to my channel. Hi, and I hope you subscribe and you love my tutorial. So kindly drop your comment in the comment section below. I've been having beautiful comments so far, so thank you all for commenting, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, and thank you for coming to watch my tutorials. So I started off with using a black pencil to outline the brows, and I'm just going in with a brown pencil to draw the strokes and to fill in the brows. So I'm going in with this Debbie Luster concealer in 01 and then a flat brush to highlight the brows, making it more pronounced. So normally you use 2 shades or more depending on how pronounced you want your brows to be on the lower part of the brows, and you use the exact um, skin tone of either concealer or foundation. Most of the time I usually have leftover um, foundation of foundation from what I use on the whole face, so that I just leave like a little, so I can use at the top upper part of the brows, because you need 2 shades or more to highlight to highlight under the brows, and you need the exact shade of foundation or powder, exact skin shade for the upper part of the brows. You don't want that area looking too bright, as in it's just going to make the whole brows look kind of wet. The light shade should be under, while the exact shade should be above. Most of the time I even end up not touching the upper part of the brows, because one thing I make sure is I love to draw my brows neatly from the onset. Like, I'm not the type that will just go in and just start drawing something I'll be making excessive corrections on. I just love to draw the precise brows, so it makes my work kind of easy, and I don't have to go all out and just be using concealer for correction, and just be taking unnecessary time. So now I went in to use the Yanga Beauty setting powder in I think that's custard, to bake. For baking, I think I have one tutorial in which I explain the difference between setting and baking. I hope you've watched that. If you haven't, kindly go and do that right now. So now we're on eyeshadow. There are three keywords in eyeshadow. We have the transitioning, we have the main color, and the contouring. The transitioning is actually on your crease and above. That is where you apply your eyeshadow, and it is strictly matte, except you are kind of creating a particular look. And your main eyeshadow is from your crease down to your eyeliner, while your contour is from like where your eye stops, or before, to like what I'm doing here now. That is the contour area. Most of the time you see that area is usually kind of darker than the transitioning and the main contour. So that is the outer part of the eye. So you just kind of like put a darker color there and stretch it out. It depends on what you want, and it just make your whole eyeshadow, the main eyeshadow, to like more pronounced. It pops it out for you. And this other area at the top, where what I'm doing now, that is where your transitioning color is. So most of it, the best way to apply your eyeshadow is your transitioning color and your contour color has to be matte, while your main color can either be matte or a shimmer eyeshadow, depending on your preference and the kind of makeup you are trying to makeup look you're trying to achieve. So using this beautiful and pigmented eyeliner pencils from Debbie Luster, it's actually in two. I think they have many shades, but the one we are using now is in the family of blue. So I went in with the deep blue first, and then applied the other one. I think that's royal blue and turquoise blue. Blue has so many shades, so sometimes it's just kind of confusing. So I just wanted a kind of colored under eye, so that is why I'm using the pencil, and I think it helps to make the whole makeup look more kind of beautiful anyway, because we had it was not just the normal black under eye, so it just kind of give the whole look a different gorgeous look on its own. And that's me using the Teila eyeliner. This eyeliner is kind of gel eyeliner. It's so dark and I like it, you know. A little will just glide on the eyes, and it comes out really, really nice and dark. And so let me introduce my work buddy to you, because I can see him in virtually all the videos. Like, we didn't really have time to wait for each other, so we are kind of working in line, and you can see it's really a struggle. So his name is Style by Toby, and he's my work buddy. So most of the time we kind of do show together and work together also. So I'm going in with the mascara now from Avo to lengthen and darken our light eyelashes. And now just dusting off the powder that we have on, and just setting the old makeup to melt. So I actually waited for that one to dry before going in with the other setting spray from MS Matic. And we are on to the lips. So the first thing I did was to moisturize our lips using a lip balm from the same palette. And then now I'm just lining our lips. I'm actually heading towards a red lips, but even with a red lips, it is often good to kind of line the lips with a kind of, if you want like a very, very dark effect on the lip lines, you can actually use black. But if you don't want it so dark, you can just go in with a deep brown and blend it in. So I'm just using the deep brown to line our lips. And I think I explained I think I explained about lips in one of my tutorials, but I'm not sure, so I'm just going to explain that again. We have lips is actually categorized into three. We have the people that have normal lips, we have the people that have the big lips, and we have the people that have small lips. So for people that have normal lips, you just outline their lip line. You don't go below and you don't go beyond their lip line. You just do a proper outlining, restricting to their lip line. For people that have bold lips, you make sure you leave their lip line and outline within just their lips. Like, you don't even touch their lips line at all. You just go above and below. I think for the upper lips you go below their lip line, and for the lower lips you go above their lip line to apply your lipstick. But for people that have small lips, you go beyond their lip line. Like, you know, makeup is an illusion. Makeup is what you makes it to look like. So for people that have bold lips, now you just want to like make their lips looking moderate or small, so you just restrict yourself to not outlining their lip line. I actually had to reduce the speed of this particular part of the tutorial so I can explain what is actually going on. So there was a stain on that part of the face, and after waiting for it to dry up, I went in with the spooling to brush it out. So when you have stains like that, you don't go in immediately while the stain is still wet. You have to wait for it to dry, and once it dry up, it will just be easy for you to use a spooling or a powder to correct it. Because while you try to dry when it is wet, it just tends to like spread more than the actual stained area, you know, it just spread all over. But when you wait for it to dry, it just kind of, you know, it will not spread, and you just take that little part you have the stain on, you take it away. So this is the overall look at this gorgeous look. So at this point, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I hope you do. Thank you for staying tuned to watch this tutorial. I enjoyed making this look, and I'm going to be bringing you more of gorgeous, so many gorgeous look like this in the future. So I hope you stay tuned to my channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, all the activities that you're supposed to do it, please. See you in my next video. Bye.